As we approach Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar, we are called to look inward and seek forgiveness. This year, however, our reflection is clouded by a deep pain and grief that few of us have experienced before. The memory of the October 7th massacre, which shattered so many families, still hangs heavy. The horrific events devastated Israel and Jews around the world. The brutal attack on Israel's civilians during the Jewish holiday of Simchat Torah was not only a barbaric and sadistic assault on hundreds of innocent lives regardless of age or gender, from the elderly to men, women, children, and even babies, but also a stark reminder of the ongoing existential threats facing both the Jewish state and the global Jewish community. Although a year has passed, the wounds are far from healed. Even as Israel continues to bear the scars of that day, we are at war, defending ourselves from the genocidal evil that crossed our borders. Our hostages are still in captivity, residents in the north cannot return home, and our brave soldiers are on the front lines every day, fighting for our freedoms. In times like these, it's important to remember our history, which offers invaluable lessons of resilience in the face of adversity. From the destruction of Jerusalem by the Romans to the unimaginable horrors of the Holocaust, the Jewish people have endured centuries of persecution. Yet, despite overwhelming challenges, whether in ancient times or in our own generation, we have always found the strength to rise, rebuild, and move forward. The trials of this past year have once again underscored the enduring resilience and unwavering strength of our people. Israel's military operations in Gaza, and most recently the coordinated assault in Lebanon that led to the elimination of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah and nearly all of his top-ranking commanders, has sent a powerful message to those seeking to destabilize the Jewish state. These actions are more than military victories, they are decisive blows against forces of terror that have stolen far too many innocent lives. These victories serve as reminders to all nations that when confronted with existential threats, Israel will rise with unyielding resolve to defend itself and the values it holds dear. IDF soldiers from the Golani Brigade discover Hezbollah weapons in southern Lebanon, October 8, 2024. Fight for survival and humanity. Israel's struggle is not just a fight for its own survival but also a fight for humanity and the values of the civilized world. We fight for freedom and security, not only for ourselves but for all people. For too long, Israel's enemies have underestimated our resolve. Yet time and again, Israel has demonstrated its ability and willingness to defend itself, as we are morally bound to do. We will continue to rise to this challenge, safeguarding not only our future but the future of all who uphold principles of liberty and justice. Most importantly, throughout our history, when external forces have sought to destroy us, we have drawn closer together. We have consistently found ways to endure and rebuild, no matter the odds stacked against us. Today, we must harness that same strength in unity. The bonds that connect us whether in Israel or across the globe empower us to face this latest challenge head-on. Just as we have overcome the trials of the past, we will emerge from these dark times stronger and more united. This Yom Kippur, when we recite the Vidui, confessional prayer, we will not only reflect on the past year and how to improve in the coming year, but also ask ourselves, are we standing together in solidarity? How can we ensure such occurrences never happen again? Let this tragedy be a call to bind ourselves even more tightly as a nation, within Israel and throughout the world. Just as we seek to repair our relationship with God and with each other on Yom Kippur, so too should we commit to repairing the fabric of our society and strengthening our bonds. May this Yom Kippur be not only a day of solemn reflection but also a starting point for renewed hope and unity. May we emerge from our fasting and from our prayers for the release of the hostages and for the swift recovery of all those injured, with the resolve to stand together, to heal, and to create a world where light overcomes darkness, where good overcomes evil. Together, we will honor the memory of the victims and our brave soldiers by building a future worthy of their sacrifice. Stay updated with the latest news. Subscribe to the Jerusalem Post newsletter. Subscribe now. May you be sealed in the Book of Life. The writer is the chairman of the executive of the World Zionist Organization. He is a former acting chairman of the Jewish Agency for Israel.